but let's talk about knowledge updates. So knowledge updates here are going to be where you do have that knowledge article, but it's not following the work and resolution notes that you have here. So that helps with not pulling in, we talk about garbage in, garbage out. We don't want to have any of that. We want to have fresh data. Now, cleaning knowledge articles is never over, right? You're never going to have a time when knowledge is perfect, but we're getting you closer and closer here. All right. The other question I always get is, all right, let's say outside of those 15 recommendations, we want to write a knowledge article. Can we still do that? Of course you can. So let's say something, I don't know, I can say like, I want to set up a printer, setting up a printer, right? Whenever I take a look at that analysis, looking at issues coming in, printer questions always pops up. So coming in here, you can see I've gone ahead and written this knowledge article. You can see how quick it is. We can view those sources. And as I mentioned, we can change this any way that we'd like. So if I say add in how to contact IT, translate to French, right? We can do all of those sorts of things. And then we can add it to the editor. So if you want to, write additional information, this is where you would do so. Here I can pull in adding to the editor. Another question that we usually get here is, okay, where are these then stored? Now we will have a list of the different knowledge articles that were created, but that's not how the bot will ingest them. We'll then recommend that you copy and paste this into whatever your document repository of choice is. That might be Confluence, on-prem, cloud, SharePoint, Google Drive, etc. In that way, we can take this information and make sure it's serviceable for our end users. So, we talk a lot about AI and agentic AI, right? But how do we use AI to actually take action and make changes throughout our organization? This is how we do that, right? Let's write knowledge articles, things that people don't like to do. People don't know where to start with cleaning up some of that data. That's why we created this specific tool. As I'm running through, please feel free to throw any questions in Q&A, and I can help answer any of those because I know a lot of questions usually come up about this Knowledge Studio here. And a reminder, this information does come up. You get those 15 recommendations per month with our Knowledge Studio, and you can create as many knowledge articles as you'd like. Another thought that usually comes up here is, what if there's no tickets? Right? What if we don't have any example information to write information or write the knowledge article from? Let's say I'll do a bring my pet to, that's not the word for pet, bring my pet to work policy. Now, I don't have any tickets in my demo environment about this. However, like I said, we can stay pretty generic, and I can say add in emojis. I actually like to use this. I'll go through our communications tool next, but sometimes I'll ask the Knowledge Studio to go ahead and write a communication for me because we can use some of these components. You can do that in the Copilot as well, or what we now call the AI Assistant, but lots of different places to use Gen AI here.